Hello and welcome to Face to Face on Channel and Television. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Today we're talking about food security, and we're having this conversation with the organization deliberately set up to make sure that we are not hungry in Ghana, or at least that's what I think. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. I'll introduce my guest in a bit. My guest is George Abradu-Otoo. He is the CEO of the Ghana Food Buffer Stock Company. I'm not sure how the arrangement is. Is it Ghana Food Buffer Stock or Ghana Stock Food Buffer? How is it?
It's Ghana Food Buffer Stock Company Limited.
Okay, oh, it's even limited?
It's a limited.
I thought it was a state company.
But it's still limited.
So what does it mean? That is, if it's limited, it means what? It means government owns a company. 100%.
This is owned 100%. It's a limited liability in terms of the company's code.
Companies Act now?
Yes, 2019 Act 992. Yeah, but this company was set up on the 10th or 11th of March 2010 by the late President, Professor Atamios, with just one clear mandate at that time to manage the national food buffer stock. In other words, if Ghana, if there's a glut on the market like we are having now, all that buffer stock needed to do was to move to the market, mop up the excess produce, put them in designated warehouses, manage them, and then in terms of need, release them onto the market.
But you're saying Atamios, so you're just 15 years old now?
Yes.
I would have thought that we have been keeping our food stock for decades. Is it the first time we are keeping our food crops in warehouses for the state?
Yes, this is the first time.
So during their Champon days, Operation Feed Yourself and those times, was there no government company like Buffer Stock that used to keep food?
No, there wasn't. But something that came close to it was a Ghana Food Distribution Company.
Okay.
And you know it's now defunct.
Okay.
And all the assets were turned over to Buffer Stock when it was set up. So the closest we came to was the food distribution. But otherwise, we didn't have anything of the sort that we have as Buffer Stock now.
So set up 20, what's the organogram or operational plan of the, how does a company work? So you have a company, you are the CEO,
yeah.
Which means there should be a board.
There's a board, a 9-member board.
Appointed by government?
Appointed by government.
Government is a sole shareholder?
100%.
Okay, so government appoints board, appoints you the CEO?
Yes.
And then, so you report to the board?
I report to the board.
Or the president? Who does
No, the board. I report directly to the board. I have a deputy, and I have heads of departments, head of corporate, head of internal audit, head of procurement, head of food safety, head of HR, head of operation. And they all, in terms of organogram, they all report to the deputy CEO, who reports directly to me. Okay. And I report to the board. Okay,
and then the president eventually?
Government, you must say.
Okay.
But we are under Ministry of Agric, Ministry of Agric. So in other words, they also report to the minister.
Do you have, so this is your corporate head office in Accra,
yes.
Cantonment. Do you have other offices across the country?
Yes, we have 16 regional offices, except that good number of them were defunct. They were not functioning properly. So when I took over, and today is exactly 1 year, today, 3rd February, it's exactly 1 year.
Congratulations that you were given this job.
Yes, so I came here first.
So far, how far?
It's wonderful. It's been tremendous. So we'll get to talk about our performance. And you know,
we'll talk about performance, but since you mentioned that this is your first anniversary here, I wouldn't fail to ask you. So you took over from Hanan.
Yes.
And he's standing trial now.
Yes.
Do you fear that you would also stand trial when you leave?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not going to do anything, any of the things that happened under him.
So
you understand? And I've said about doing a lot of restructuring here. And so far, it's worked tremendously.
Was there not a governance structure here?
Yeah, it was. It was because some of these departments that I just mentioned were non-functional. There was no functional audit department. There was no procurement department. Food safety wasn't working and all that. So it sort of led to a one-man show. You understand? And that is what I'm running away from. I don't like one-man show.
So the charges against him border on things like that?
Yes.
And you are saying that you're making sure you will not fall
yeah,
in that trap?
Yes.
You are sure?
I'm very sure about that.
Because if you go, you see, he went there, nobody came to give him bail. You didn't go to demonstrate for him.
No, nothing was supposed to happen. It may interest you to know that during His Excellency President Mohammed's first term, I was the Chief Executive Officer of PMMC.
Oh, Gold Board now.
Yeah, Gold Board now. Where Honorable Sami Jamfi is. I was there.
And they didn't call you to EOC?
And nobody heard about me. We went into opposition for 8 uninterrupted years. Our home. I was never even called one day to the office to come and explain one thing that I did.
Interesting.
And
so you're not a politician. You're not a public political person.
Once you are enjoying a political appointment,
you're a party member.
But yeah, I'm a party member.
But you don't go to rallies and shout, "Uye Mizu."
No, I don't mount campaign platforms.
So you're a technical person.
Yeah, but I took part in a campaign.
What's your background?
Okay, I hold a BSc in agriculture from the University of Ghana.
Okay.
I also hold an MBA in finance from University of Ghana. I'm a chartered banker.
Okay.
And a farmer as well.
Interesting.
If you want me to summarize
what do you farm?
Cocoa. I used to be a pineapple farmer, but diverted into cocoa farming.
Which part of the country are you doing your cocoa farming?
Asamankesi.
Asamankesi, Eastern region.
Yes, there's a town called Yautano between Asamankesi and Sum. Yeah, and you get there. My farm is about 3 kilometers from the
No, don't give the specifics. Leave it like that.
Right.
And what happened with the pineapple? Why did you change to cocoa? It was not yielding the money, one very big money.
No, okay. What happened was that immediately after university, I went into pineapple farming. Okay. And then after my MBA, I gained employment with ADB. And unfortunately, I was posted to Takoradi.
Oh.
So supervision became a problem. So I realized that the returns were just dwindling. And I didn't feel it was. At first, I used to come every weekend. Friday after close of work, I'll drive all the way from Takoradi to the farm at Nsawam. The pineapple used to be at Nsawam. Okay. I did it for a couple of years and I realized because the farmers, Ghana absentee farming doesn't pay. So my boys on the farm would just do their own thing because they knew that I could only come to the farm on a Saturday.
So they'll time you?
They'll steal the produce. And when you planted pineapple, it took 1.5 years.
Oh, to harvest?
To harvest. And then I'll pay salaries for 1.5 years only for them to just steal the produce when the time is right for me to make money. So I decided I sold the farm to a friend of mine.
So you worked with ADB. Did you rise through the ranks to the...
I was branch manager. I was the first manager at Weja. If you drive past and you see ADB Weja, I was the first manager. I was the first manager at ADB Kaswa. And then Takoradi. Then from there, I went to ADB Medina branch. I used to be manager there before I came to PMMC. But before then, I worked with Stanbic.
As well?
Yes, Stanbic. I was a Takoradi manager for so many years.
So you're a bank guy?
I am a chartered banker.
You learned banking, you practiced banking?
For 19 years.
And then, so PMMC, what's your legacy? PMMC is Precious Minerals Mining Company. Marketing company. Okay. You are doing gold buying and gold assaying and gold sale.
Yes.
What's your track record there? Any innovation you left behind? Anything exciting?
Yes. There's an office at the airport, assay office at the airport. Was set up during my time.
Oh, interesting.
And a lot of people do not know that we did it, but we finished around 2016 and we lost power. So that's why nobody heard about me.
Which means then that you understand gold board very well, and the gold for oil and gold for reserve. You understand?
No, gold for oil, I don't understand. I don't know what they mean, because I don't see why. If you have gold, you want to go and buy oil. Why can't you sell your gold?
No, you do barter trade. That way it's cheaper.
Really?
You give gold, collect oil. No foreign exchange matter. CD will be fine. But now, that's what Dr. Bawumia proposed, and it worked.
I didn't understand him. I didn't understand exactly what he did.
But you understand
now gold, look at where gold prices, over $5,000. During my time, an ounce of gold was about $1,100. And now it's $5,000. So 1 kilo of gold, that's about 32.5. If you want to know the price. So multiply 5,000 by 32.5 kilos and you get the price.
Yeah, but what's your point? That if you are doing swapping, like I have this phone, I want to go and swap a Tiptoe in a circle. They'll value the phone and then they'll give me the equivalent, and if I have to top up, I top up.
Why do they have to value in the first place? Why the same thing? Why do they have to
no, so
convert it into money?
The gold for oil idea was that we have gold, the people have oil. We give them our gold, we collect their oil. That way we don't have to go and sell gold, collect dollars, go and buy that thing. So they are saying that the CD would be stabilized, and that's why we're doing that.
But why did this stabilize?
It did.
When 17?
It was going down. Then election. And they said that it's a fruit that we are.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
But you understand gold so you don't understand gold for oil, but you understand gold for reserves.
Yes, buying gold and keeping for reserves to show.
But that one was the point, because I remember many years ago, General Mosquito at the time said something that the Heritage Fund, we should chop the money. Now, there's a thinking that should we invest for the future, or we should use it now to build, like what's happening in Dubai. They have oil, they are using it to build Dubai. Someone will say, oh, they should keep the oil for the future generation, but the generation in now be this. So gold for reserve, what is the point of buying gold and keeping it in some room and locking it up? This is not buffer stock, this is not food. Gold, metal, what are we keeping it for?
But assuming 2016, during my time, when gold was 1,100, you bought it and kept it, and today it's 5,000, over 5,000. Look at the difference. Look at the gap.
So that's proper investment.
Yes.
Okay. You watch the gold board operations from afar.
Not too much, because I have a lot on my plate. Yes, but once in a blue moon, yes, if there's some discussion on, of course, because of my background. I just get.
So let's talk about your company now. So it was set up by President Mills. Talk to me about the mandate. What are the key things you're supposed to do?
Yeah, the mandate I told you at that time was just one.
Is it still the same?
Or has
the law been amended?
It hasn't been, but it's still in operation. Except that, you see, I told you that this place was set up to manage national buffer stock, mop up excess produce in the market in order to guarantee minimum price for the farmers, in order to curtail post-harvest losses and all that. So that was, and we're doing it beautifully.
So a cassava farmer in Latte?
No, cassava, we do grains, we don't do perishables.
Oh, you only do grains?
Grains or non-perishables.
So maize, rice?
Maize, rice, beans, millet.
So a rice farmer in my village at Asuchari harvests their rice. They carry it to the market and sell. Or market queens will come and bag it and take it away. Where does buffer stock come in there? Yeah,
in a situation like that, we have people we call licensed buyers. We have licensed people and zone the country into various zones. So we give them license to go and purchase on our behalf. You understand? And it has to be local. We don't want foreign rice. And so anywhere there's local rice, the licensed buyer is entitled to go there, buy, deliver to our warehouse, bring the invoice, and we process it for payment.
So this person's job is to just go and buy?
Go and buy on our behalf, yes. We have licensing, so the license sort of guarantees that you buy, you bring it to us, we'll buy. We've licensed you, you understand? We give you the license to go and buy and deliver to our designated warehouses, and we make sure the warehouse is not too far away from you. You deliver it, then it's received.
So you are the off-taker?
In other words.
How many licensed buyers do you have? About?
Apart from the school feeding is different. We'll come to that. This one, so far, we licensed about 14 companies.
So 14 companies, and they have their agents?
They have their agents, whatever, their workers, all that we want. We have licensed you. Go to Asuchari and go and buy rice from there, deliver to our warehouse, bring the proof. The storekeepers are there, the regional managers are there, they receive it into the warehouse.
How do you determine the price at which they should buy and the price at which they should sell to you?
Yes, so that's one thing that we have price determination committee in place here. And we have representation from various stakeholders, Ministry of Agri, Peasant Farmers Association, Rice Millers Association, etc. We have including buffer stock. So they meet here and then decide on the price with all the researches and this and taking information from all places. And then when they agree on the price, we forward it to procurement. Public Procurement Authority for them to also take a look at it and then give us the go-ahead or to tell us to vary the price as the case may be. So they will give the final authority. And then based on that, we announce. And then we give it to.
Do you publicize the price that you?
Yes, it was.
So everybody gets to know that this is how much buffer stock is buying maize for.
It was all over. We advertise it so they know. The farmers know that when buffer stock is buying from you, it's supposed to be this price.
But is your price lower than the person who is buying for their household consumption, or is higher? How does it work?
You see, we are looking at the glut. You understand? I watch TV and I see people saying, look at this bag of rice. Obi Anto 160. This whole bag of rice 160. That's what we are concerned about. So this 150, we have set a minimum price. Rice, for instance, is 450 minimum.
450 a bag.
For 450
of
a bag.
The paddy or
of the milled rice.
The milled rice.
Yeah,
okay.
Minimum. That doesn't mean that if you're a farmer and you get somebody coming to offer you 1,000 cedis, you won't take it. You can take it. But to help you, I want to help those people that are complaining that one whole bag is 160. Will be on top. When 80 cedis, you know, be a man in top. Those are the people that we are targeting. 80 cedis. So
let me understand this. So when you go to them, you only go into the market after my family and other families have gone and bought whatever they want to buy, and there's excess on the market.
Yes,
that's when you go there.
Yes.
So you don't go at the beginning of the season. We are all competing for the same produce.
No. Otherwise, to be a disincentive, because some farmers are capable of selling I say 600, 800, and then you go there. You say, no. I'm from buffer stock. I'm giving you 450. No, we mop excess. The emphasis is on the word excess.
When you go to do this mopping up of the excess, do you buy for the person below the market price or above the market price?
No, the 450 is a minimum. Our license buyer is not supposed, it's against our rules or our laws. So you don't buy below 450. The minimum you can offer the farmer is 450.
And when he buys it, he sells it to you at what price? Or he buys for you?
Yeah, he buys for us.
So how does a person benefit that company? Do you give them commission?
You will give them a markup on it for
so
them.
If they so then you top that up for them.
Yeah.
So they are not supposed. So they are buying for you. They are not
In
buying
other words, that's what I'm saying.
They're not buying to sell to you.
No.
Oh.
We have licensed them to go and buy for us on our behalf. We can move here into every corner. They have the resources and the wherewithal.
Just like the cocoa buyers.
Very good.
So how do you deal with the situation where farmers will decide that if we keep the food at a later point, buffer stock will come and buy. So let's keep it. Let's not sell it. Do you have situations like that? How do you deal with
but if you do that, that will be to the farmer's detriment. So, other people to buy, the market women, the men also buy. So if they come and they say they are offering you, I'm interested in this, your rice or maize, I want to give you 500. And you say, no, I want to keep it for buffer stock to come and buy at 450. It doesn't make economic sense. So that's the situation.
Now, are there specific markets you go to, or you go to every market, or you go to the farms? Where do you buy from?
We don't care where it comes from, whether it's from the market or from the farm gate, no problem. All that we want is you've delivered to us a bag which is of high quality, is of the standard, the nutritional value, everything is okay, and we test all that. We'll test it at the warehouse before admitting the rice into.
Do you have a minimum tonnage you expect to fill your warehouses with every year? Yes. So that you can say that, this year we have underbought or we have overbought?
Yes. Every warehouse that we have has its capacity. We know warehouses where the maximum capacity is maybe 2,000 tons. Some are 1,500. So we know all that. So if we know that this warehouse is capable of taking 3,000 tons and we have 3,000, then that warehouse is full. Then we'll move to the other.
But what I'm saying is that in every year, do you have a tonnage that you peg your... Okay, so you have your plan that this year we have to buy 5,000 tons or 10,000 tons. Do you work like that? Or for you, because you are engaging in firefighting, whatever you get from the market is okay, sufficient?
Yeah, we do that because when it comes to the National Food Reserve, it's the government that gives us money. You understand? So I'm sure you might have heard in the news that we're given an initial 100 million. So we go and buy. We exhausted the 100 million. And then Honorable Atufosen gave us another 200 million, as was read in the budget. So that's what we are using now. So when the 200 million gets exhausted, we just have to look for money elsewhere to continue. But otherwise, That's what we depend on.
So how many warehouses do you have in the country?
Yeah, bloody lot.
All over?
Yes, all over the country. And even we came to inherit the 88, the last government did one district, one warehouse.
Oh, they built some? Some were
they
completed?
Started, and none of them was completed. The 88 of them, that's what they purported to have done, but none of them was completed. So it's now up to me to look for resources to complete them and then put them to national use.
So when you came, the one district, one warehouse?
Yeah, not even a single one was completed.
Are you sure?
I'm telling you.
You're on TV?
Yes.
They will come and challenge you.
Oh, let them come and challenge and tell me. I will be glad because we need the warehouses. You don't have enough warehouses.
When you say not complete, so they started?
They started, yes. Some are at the foundation level, some are middle level, I don't know what. But they have been... And when you see a warehouse that you can use, it's not just the structure. You understand? There are so many things that go into it to ensure that the food you turn out to the public is of wholesome quality. You understand? Nutritional.
So they are not fit for purpose?
They are not fit for purpose.
The ones that, the warehouses that
they
built?
They did because they hadn't completed it.
Okay, so, I mean, if they had completed, it would be fit for purpose?
Yes.
So as of the time they were building, it was not, okay, it's not complete, so you cannot say it's fit for purpose. Was there any that was like 90% complete?
Some of them.
Some of them. So have you managed to complete any of them? You've been in office for 1 year?
No, because we haven't had the money to do it. Now we are concentrating on the small number of warehouses that we have that we can use to help the farmers.
So about how many warehouses do you have
in the
country?
Oh yeah, well, maybe close to 100.
All of them
over 100.
All of them belong to the state, or they are private warehouses you use?
No, it belongs to us. Now it's not that I'm thinking about going into partnership with private people, but otherwise. So like most of them too were warehouses that belong to the defunct Ghana Food Distribution Company that were turned over to us when the company went bust.
Very well. This is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. My guest is George Abradu-Otoo. He is the CEO of the Ghana Buffer Food National Food Buffer Stock Company. He has told us the process of going to look for the food and buying it and bringing it to the warehouse. When we come back, I'll ask him what happens to the food that they have bought. How come secondary school people are always complaining that the food has not come? And if they focus only on cereals, what happens to tomatoes? What happens to onions and all of those things? Please stay with us.
I need someone to call my own.
This February, the month of love, Brunch in the City brings you Love in the City, a warm celebration of romance, connection, and heartfelt moments. From sweet confessions to unforgettable surprises, Love in the City creates space for love to be felt, shared, and celebrated. Love is in the air, and this Valentine's season, hearts are taking center stage. But the big question remains, is your boo truly your boo? Well, join us from 2nd February to 13th February on Brunch in the City and let love lead the conversation. Love in the City. Let's put love to the test. Only on 97.3 City FM.
Love in the City 2026 is powered by City FM with support from Channel 1 TV, and it's proudly sponsored by Africa World Airlines.
Africa World Airlines. Touching Africa, touching world.
We are gearing up for the trip of a lifetime. Heritage Caravan 2026. From 1st to 8th March 2026, 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. We're touring Ghana in the most spectacular way on the Heritage Caravan, exploring the beauty, history, and stories that make our nation unique. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and Oti, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. The Heritage Caravan 2026 will be fun, educative, refreshing, and most of all, remarkable. Stay connected. Follow Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM across all social media platforms for updates, and join the conversation using the hashtag Heritage Caravan 2026. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by Hollard Insurance, Piva Beverages, Omni Basic Bank, Caveman Watches, Gino, and Didi Shito, and it's supported by Nanes Rai. rice. Heritage Caravan 2026. Experience Ghana like never before.
Yeah, welcome back. My guest is the CEO of the Buffer Stock Company. Let me just say that that's a short form of the name.
NAFCO.
Okay. Okay. You have something called Food Reserve Program. What is that?
That's what we just talked about.
So that is the buying of the food?
Yes, and storing.
So that is your main mandate?
Yes, initially. But let me add that when the free senior high school system came on board, they added the feeding. That's where the school feeding they came in. So they added school feeding to our mandate. So now I'll say basically we are doing two things: managing the national food reserve and school feeding.
So the national food reserve, which was
sometimes people confuse the two. The two are different.
So school feeding is just an aspect of your work.
Yes.
So your main work is collecting food. Now you've told me about the process all the way till you get into your warehouses. What happens next when you bring the food stuff into your country?
Yeah.
And you say only maize, millet, and those things. No.
So far, for National Food Reserve, we are doing maize, rice, and gari.
Okay.
These three things. That was the recommendation.
Maize, rice, and gari.
And gari. Those are the food that was recommended to me by the price determination committee that we formed with all the stakeholders.
Is this a change from what used to be? Previously, were the number of food items more than what you have listed?
Slightly. I think, we also keep food on behalf of ECOWAS, the economic community of...
I remember sometimes when they said we were going to ECOWAS to go and collect food or something like that.
Yeah, that was in the previous...
So we have an ECOWAS warehouse here?
We have a warehouse that we keep food on behalf of ECOWAS for the sub-region.
Okay.
It used to be at Burkina Faso. But when they opted out of ECOWAS decided that no, once you are not with us, you can't keep our food. And what if tomorrow you poison us? So they brought it to Ghana to do it for them. So they brought it, and they normally want it because of the distribution of the West African country. They normally want it in the northern, upper east, upper west regions. So now we are in the northern region, Tamale.
That's why we're keeping it for them.
We're keeping it for them.
So they bring their food and put it there, or they buy from our farmers and put it in
from all over. They can buy from Nigeria, Mali, Togo, and then bring it.
So they come for it when they want, and
they come for it, yeah. And when there's any calamity or like floods or something there, then they will instruct Buffer Stock that please release this. These people are coming, or these rice are coming. Give them 10,000 tons of rice. They are sending to Benin. They are sending to Mali, Burkina Faso, whatever.
And you do for you. They are just a watchman. So
we are doing it, and they pay us for it. They pay good money.
So then let's talk about what you do. So you have rice, gari, and
for the National Reserve.
Yes, the National Reserve. Gari. When you bring it into your warehouses, then what happens?
We will look at it. We have laboratories that we monitor the status of the food all the time. The head of food safety is an expert in this. They move around to go to this warehouse to check the nutritional value, the quality of the food, aflatoxins, etc., to make sure that this thing is done till we are ready to release onto the market.
But when do you get ready to release on the market? When you say ready to release on the market, when do you do that?
When there's a lean season, there's a shortage of food in the market, when the prices are rising too high and we want to control it, we release it to control prices and inflation for that matter. How
do you know these things? How do you know that there is shortage of maize in the market at Asesewa?
Yes, we research. It's a research ministry. It will come from the Ministry of Agriculture.
So they will call you and say that you notice that maize.
Yes.
There isn't enough maize in market.
So really,
so they have their own people who go and do that.
Yeah, they have a research department. So they will advise us. The minister will call me and say, CEO, come for a meeting. From our forecast, etc., we see that this is going, and then we just carry out whatever the minister.
So do they tell you which market to send this to, or which part of the country to send what to?
Yeah, if it's necessary, they will tell you. If it's necessary.
Otherwise, you decide?
If it's not, we can decide or everything, but in consultation with the ministry.
So how do you do, so now you are now going to be selling now. You have bought, you are going to sell. In going to sell, do you consider interest? So that if, for instance, you bought at 450,
yeah,
and then there is a lean season, you are going to sell. do you try to say that I have to sell at 500 so that I'll make 50 cedis profit?
We are not too much interested. Our mandate is not to make profit as such, so we are not too much interested in that. But the price at which we will load onto the market is determined by the price determination committee.
When you are buying, you said you have licensed buyers.
Yes.
When you are going to sell, who does the selling? You have licensed sellers?
Because when they bring it to us, we pay them. That's all.
So who goes to sell it for you? That's what I want to know. Because right now it is you who go and hold the bell and be saying, don't come here, don't come here.
Yeah, and then, mind you, this is the first time that we are doing this in the nation's history. You understand? So what we plan to do most of that is to use the school feeding.
No, what I'm saying is that you said that minister would say to you that
That's a hypothetical thing, because
I know. So it has never happened before.
No, this is the first time we are holding national food reserve, Ghana.
So
I'm telling you.
So we've had buffer stock campaign for 15 years.
All they were doing was school feeding, buying food.
No, but school feeding started 2017. So 2010, when we set it up, what was buffer stock campaign doing?
Maybe the who were there would be able to explain. That's why they were not making it.
So they were not buying to reserve and
no,
sell
Ghana
later?
reserve zero. Me ask the people
but it's
very serious.
When you say to me that the buffer stock company is doing reservation for the first time,
yes,
I'll find that hard to believe.
Why not?
Because the core mandate of the company is to buy, keep, and sell.
Yes.
So if the company has been set up for 15 years,
yes,
you have been here for just 1 year,
yes,
and you are saying for the past 14 years,
yes,
there has not been buying to reserve to sell, then what has the company been doing? Because it's not as if you would do any other business. That's your only business. Free SHS came 2017.
Yes.
So prior to that, what was buffer stock as a company doing? Was it buying from the books that you came to inherit?
No, they were not buying. So they
don't use licensed buyers to go and buy like you said.
No. All that they were doing was doing the school feeding.
Yeah, but I'm saying that school feeding started.
But National Reserve, I'm doing it for the first time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm finding hard to believe, and my viewers will also find it hard to believe.
No, you should believe
that a company that is 15 years,
yes,
7 of it had free SHS, yes, which had school feeding.
Yes.
Before then, there was no school feeding. Or school feeding, was it happening before free SHS? Unless there was school feeding before free SHS, then I would say that, so they only buy and give to school children. So you're saying that they never bought to put on the market?
Food reserve. That's what we call food reserve.
So you have not done this yet as well. You yourself, you've not done this. You've not done this food supply on the market yet.
No, we haven't done it because now we are still restocking.
So you are currently buying to stock up.
Yes.
Anticipating that, is it like, are we going to have 7 years of drought coming? That's why you're buying to stock.
No, but even the World Food Program insists that countries should have strategic food reserve. Strategic. Keep it at any time because the calamity can happen at any time. So at any time, the countries are mandated to have food reserves. You understand? Okay. So that if there's any calamity, if there are floods, there's any earthquake and people are displaced, they don't have food, they can't do farming, then you have to do. So if you, as a country, you don't have it, then you are, because it may interest you to know that you attend meetings, Burkina Faso, I tell you how much they have, Mali, even Niger, Togo and the rest, in Ghana, zero. You don't have it.
There's something we call import cover, and they usually say we should have it for like 3 months. So what is your own reserve cover? What do you have it in tonnages or percentage of our food consumption annually? How do you measure what you have stocked up so far?
No, we know the cost. If you know the cost and the number of bags that you have, there's no reason why.
Do you have that readily available to share with me? The number of bags of rice that you have, for instance?
Yeah, so far we've done about 60,000 bags of rice.
So you have 6,000 bags of rice that you have kept for us?
Yes, and we are still, as we speak today, people are still buying.
And maize?
And we are cleaning.
And maize?
Maize we've done, let's say about 72,000.
Okay.
100 kilo bag of maize. Rice is 50 kilo.
Okay.
Yes.
And what the other grain you mentioned?
Gari. That's for National Reserve.
Yes. So
we'll come to the school.
I know. So about how many bags of Gari do you have?
Gari, we've done about 7,000.
Have you estimated how much, for instance, if everything shuts down today, how much can we last? How long can we last for on these reserves that you have for us?
Or maybe some 3 months.
From 3 months.
Yes.
Is there a figure you're working? Are you working at 1 year, 6 months before you say that okay, yeah, we have finished buying enough? Or you just keep buying until all your...
keep buying because
but have you considered that this you're buying and hoarding?
Yeah.
It will lead to Olunka 1983, Ecom era, 19 hunger, those times. Because you are removing food from the market
No, there's
deliberately.
a glut. There's a glut.
There is?
There's a glut.
But Gary is still expensive.
That's another. But there's a glut. People, it's on social media everywhere. People tell ministers, parliamentarians, they are always sharing videos with me. Now, come to Tumu, come to Sisala. My people produce rice.
I know of rice, but I didn't know that there's Gary also inside.
No, Gary, because of the way, the ease of preparing Gary. You know, so they decided, the Price Determination Committee decided to add Gary because Gary is fast. You don't need any fire.
Question, you don't have enough warehouses. You're buying tens of thousands of Gary rice and maize and you're stocking it up. What if no calamity hits? What if there's no need for us to release, there's no lean season? Then you keep this thing in your warehouse and then next year harvesting season comes again, then there's more on the market. What will you do?
No, we won't do that. But before we will release onto the market and then replace. It's a cyclical thing.
Okay. I asked you about
and then when we are, because that's why I told you we have a food safety department with all the necessary gadgets and equipment. Okay. So they will measure and say that no, CEO, we need to release this thing at this point
before it goes bad.
Yeah, we can't keep it for 2 years.
So that's what I was asking. How do you do the release? Do you put in a big truck and come and park in Asawa Market and say, "Nafco, come and buy from them"?
That's what I'm telling you.
Or you sell it to market queens to go and say, how do you?
If you want to come and buy, you can come and buy.
No, how do you plan to do it? What's your plan?
School feeding.
So you send it to school children?
Yeah, because already we are supposed to license people to go and buy and go and feed the secondary school, over 700 of them.
Yes.
So what we do, we use the school
No, you don't get my point.
I get your point.
I'm saying that the reserve you are buying is different from the school feeding program.
It does, but we use it as school feeding.
If you intend to release it in the market because you are told that there's lean season, what is your strategy to release it back on the market?
That's what I'm telling you. We'll use the school feeding program.
No. People have gone to Agomanya market. They can't buy Gary. They can't get Gary to buy. People have come to Ashama market. There's no Gary to buy. You have heard this because minister has told you. Yeah. Sankore, they said that they don't have maize there. Yeah. How do you send your produce to Sankore market? Who does the sending for you? Because after buying there, you have licensed buyers. Yeah. How about selling? Because your expertise is to buy and keep. You don't have an expertise to sell. So how are you going to do your reselling? Or you're going to give it out for free? NADMO does food distribution. So if you tell me NADMO is distributing food, I understand they know how to do it. But you, how do you do it?
We can use NADMO.
But it's not a can. You have to have a plan. So what's your plan?
This is why I'm telling you, as I sit here, my plan is to use the school feeding. And what I'm saying is, if a licensed buyer is licensed to go and buy rice in the market, to Asokore Secondary School, you understand? And if we are supplying Asokore Secondary School, then the buyer won't go there. So there will be the food on the market, Asokore market, for the market women to go and buy. You understand? So that the buyers that are feeding the schools will not go and compete with the market woman at Techiman, etc. So it's an indirect way. So when you do that, then it becomes available for the market woman in Techiman, who goes to the Techiman market to go and buy for his house to do that. So it's an indirect way of doing it.
Okay. Do you own farms?
No.
As a company?
No, we don't.
Have you considered that as a strategic investment?
So far, no. I haven't thought about it because
but what
there
do you
are
think?
too many.
Now that I'm proposing it, what do you think?
It's possible.
Is it a
we
good
can look
idea?
at it in the future. Yeah, we can look at it in the future. But for now, it's off our table. Because now the problem is, one, we have inadequate warehouses that we need to repair to make sure that we can play our part properly in order to control food prices, inflation, and gluts, and post-harvest losses and all that. And now we want to go into farming one after the other.
National service people, they do farming. Do you have a relationship with them because you are both state actors?
Yes. So those are some of the people.
You buy from them?
Yeah. We don't say we buy from them, but we'll buy from them.
Okay.
Because I've had meetings with their coordinators, I've had meetings with 24-hour secretariat, I've had meetings with Feed Ghana secretariat and all that.
Okay.
So all this.
Okay. So you don't think you want to go into farming? Have you considered sponsoring outgrowers? Because whether you like it or not, you want to have food always.
Yeah.
If farmers decide, say, they're farming, they won't do it again, want to do and do galamsey, what incentives do you have for farmers to really do the farming for you to go and buy from them? Is that your mandate too?
No, farming is outside our mandate.
So you don't, for you, if they farm, fine. If they don't farm, their problem. But if they farm, they go and buy from them.
Go and buy from them.
But you should
by buying from them is also an encouragement. Because if somebody should come,
so you're guaranteeing them a market.
Market price, minimum price. Okay. That's an encouragement. But maybe in future we'll amend our mandate and then see if we can go into farming. But as an is off the table completely. I'm
thinking that you should start thinking of that one. So that
thank you.
It's a proposal. I can bring you a full paper later on if you want to look at it. Now let's talk about school feeding.
Yes.
So when you go to do the buying, do you buy specifically for food, free school feeding separate, or you buy everything and then you'll be releasing to? How does the school feeding system work?
Good. There are 18 items, 18 non-perishable items that we supply to secondary school. A list that was given to us by the Minister of Education through the Free Senior High Secretariat. So they give us and tell us buy rice, sugar, margarine, millet, soya bean, mackerel, sardines, vegetable oil, palm oil. There are 18 of them. We do it. What we do is we also have a list with registered people, buyers, not for National Food Reserve, but for secondary school. So people come and register here. You come for our forms, you bring your company certificate, your SNIT, your VAT, whatever, you bring it. Then we give you a form to go and fill. And then you pay a registration fee of 1,000 cedis into our EcoBank bank account. When you do that, when we have our list or the quantities from Ministry of Education, what we do is to sit down and then allocate. You understand? And there we are with TVET schools and secondary schools, we are looking about 900 institutions. So we sit down and say that, okay, Ministry of Education will at the same time tell you that go to my former school, St. Augustine's, supply them 200 bags of rice, give them 100 bags of sugar, give them so many quantities of margarine, market, and all these things. And then we will give you the contract, we call a contract, to go and do it on our behalf. So you send these things to the school, they receive. The headmaster will sign, the bearer will sign, the storekeeper will sign, and then you bring the invoice, we process and pay you. So we license people to go and buy. We don't go to the market to go and buy. We can do it. And so far I have about 2,000 people on our books who have registered to do that.
Was this how it was before you came?
Or? Yes, except that we have streamlined it a bit, and this is more organized.
When you say it's more organized, does it mean it was chaotic before you came?
So to speak, but I would talk so much for me, my part. Okay. What I am doing.
What I should ask you is that, do you allow party women organizers and those people to do this? Because that's what they also get more coins from. Are you suggesting you've taken them out? Or
no, they come. They are more.
So you've sacked MPP women organizers?
No, we didn't sack anybody. We didn't sack anybody. Is free to come. When you come out, we don't ask whether. Are
you sure?
No.
Your people will not check their party card before.
No, we don't do that.
Minister or MP will not call you and say that your constituency organizer. I don't know. No. You sure? So they are genuine, legitimate people.
You come, your party.
And they have capacity. How do you check whether they have capacity to do what you want them to do? Because this is a very sensitive matter.
No, but they will do it. Those who don't have capacity, they'll go to their bankers and do it. But because it's very competitive.
Do they put some, apart from the 1,000 cities, do they put anything else?
No. When you do, you go and supply. You bring the evidence, everything, we check. We have a department that will do random sampling. They can call a headmaster and say that Umaru said he brought 100 bags of gari, 200 bags of rice, and this is it true. And they'll confirm. Take your invoice and then let's confirm.
Before you pay them?
Before we pay.
So they have to audit. So they have to find the money to do it?
They have to find their money. We don't finance anybody.
Oh, so you don't pre-finance?
No.
They do it, then you pay them after you have checked?
Yes. The prices we give, and then we give them prices.
How do you check Kalabuli in there where the headmaster and the supplier will connive and say that, oh, it's true, he brought us 7,000 or 700 bags when indeed he did not do? How do you check that thing?
Audit. We have audit. We have a very strong audit department. Once in a while, they go to the field to check all these things. Surprise checks on the headmasters and this. And so far, we haven't had any problem. It happened in the past, but so far, nothing of the sort has come to my notice.
You mentioned that 18 non-perishable food items.
Yes.
What about perishable food items for the first?
No, so far, the perishables are done by the headmasters. We are doing the non-perishable. Okay. And we are doing this, that's what I told you, but we are the only institution or company under two ministries. When it comes to food, school feeding, we are under Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education, and then the National Reserve is under Ministry of Agriculture. You understand? So everything we do is given to us by Ministry of Education, and we try to follow it.
Why do we keep hearing that school feeding people, caterers, say that they've not got food or they will not been paid?
Yes.
What's the problem with that one?
Yeah, that one happened because some people supplied
When you came, what was the situation?
we still have some outstandings, people who hadn't been paid, who are supplied.
I'll come back so you tell me about the outstanding and how you are dealing with it. This
Yeah.
is Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. My guest is the CEO of the Buffer Stock Company. We'll talk about the situation he came to meet in terms of debts and how he's dealing with that. Before we conclude, please stay.
The pressure to keep going, to keep being the strong one, to keep saying, I can do it, even when you know it will break you. This week, we tackle the silent killer, burnout.
Hello, my dear friend. This is Fred Crunchy-Mensah, and I welcome you to Lifeline, where psychology meets theology to answer life's complex issues. Today, we are talking about something very important, burnout.
Yeah.
What is burnout?
Burnout is beyond tiredness.
Okay.
It's emotional, physical, psychological, spiritual exhaustion. In Fanti, they call it matobao. It's like a niggling thing underneath your skin that won't come out. And many people go like, but go and rest, or go and take a vacation. It goes beyond that.
Join Lifeline this and every Thursday at 10 p.m. for an insightful and thought-provoking episode with Bishop Crunchy-Mensah, right here on Channel 1 TV.
Yeah, welcome back. This is Face to Face. My guest is the CEO of the Buffer Stock Company. Now, if what you have explained to me is what the situation is, there should not be issues of indebtedness, because the person goes to procure, they do the pre-financing, they buy, you check, and you pay them the money. How come you have people who are saying that they've done supplies for school feeding and they are not being paid? Is it the case that you're not paying them because they don't belong to your party?
Oh.
So what have they not been paid?
The situation you are describing belongs to the past. This time around, we haven't had any noise because we paid them within 2 months. The contract we signed with them is that we pay you within 2 months. You bring your invoice, we check, we validate. If everything is okay, within 2 months, we give you.
That's the current
money.
situation.
The current situation.
But what about
those one, the previous one, some people's monies were kept for 6 months, 8 months, and then they came to pick it around.
Yeah, they came here to demonstrate.
Yeah.
plenty.
So far, have you had anybody demonstrating?
I haven't.
No.
Maybe because your place is a security zone.
No.
Maybe they are afraid to come here.
No, in terms of security, I haven't changed anything. It's the people that I came to meet that are still here doing the security work for us. But it's because
You
of
haven't
the
sacked
organization.
Hanan's people.
No, I haven't sacked anybody.
Hey.
Because when you come, I won't be able to tell whether you are from Ghana, and I'm not interested in that. All that I'm interested in is helping Ghana. We are
So when you came, the people you met, you are working with them.
and someone here, we registered, and I don't know how many people registered that belong to Hanan stock. You
By
understand?
the way, I'm behaving as if you know, but you have put your head inside the sand.
Oh, no. It's not necessary.
You don't
It's
know.
not necessary. How can you take an office and you turn into politics? You belong to Hanan.
But this one you have to give it to party people.
And they are free to also come and register.
Are you employing, by the way, so that if
Yeah, we have employed people.
But are you employing currently? Should people bring
Yeah,
their
this
CVs?
year it's in our budget to employ people.
So you don't have. So if I bring my CV, will you employ?
I'll first of all ask you how much you want to be paid. And then if it's within our budget, I'll employ
What
you.
kind of people do you employ? I mean, apart from your office staff, do you do some other employment for the regions and all of that?
Yes.
You do that. Okay. So let's talk about how you cleared. Did you clear the debts that you came to meet, or you are still clearing them?
I'm still clearing that because when I came, I saw the list of outstanding payments, so to speak, people who had supplied and had not been paid. So what I did was to write to the education. You know, the money comes to Ministry of Education.
Okay.
You understand? Get Fund will give the money to Ministry of Education before Ministry of Education will release it to us to pay. So when they bring all the invoices that I'm talking about, after we had done our check, we also send it to Ministry of Education for they also to do their checks.
So you audit these things.
Audit, seriously. That's
So
the
based
right
on
word.
your audits,
So
how
they
much
agree-
is outstanding that we have to pay to these people?
I can't recollect the exact figure, but I think it's about 40 million or 49, just something.
But are you paying?
You will pay.
Are you paying? That's what I mean.
No, so far they haven't brought the money to us yet. But
Do they understand that they will
they
be
understand,
paid?
yeah.
So they are waiting.
Yes, because when we wrote to them, the minister didn't write back to us to tell us that, hey, my friend, we don't know this, we are not going to pay. They acknowledge.
And the
this
people
is-
that they understand that you pay them, so they are
Yes.
patient.
And I'm sure some of those people have still come to register.
How
And
are
I've
you? What measures are you putting in place at your company to prevent corruption and other cutting of corners?
We have a very solid audit department. when it comes to corruption within company. I don't pay, nobody pays anything without audit.
Okay.
Auditing first. But the auditor will have to, verify and advise before we do it. We don't do passer payment. And there's a procurement department too, headed by a very competent man. So he knows all the procurement procedures and this, and we don't do anything outside the procurement law. So
based
so far,
on everything
so
you're saying, it sounds like you know your onions, but can you look in the camera and speak to Ghanaians and say that you don't expect the challenges we used to hear about in terms of school feeding happening because of what measures you put in place?
Absolutely. And so far, 1 year I've been here, no scandal, no problem, nobody's complaining. Even people that we owe, the people that have supplied the debt under my tenure, we've paid some of them are not ready yet. They come here, I tell them that, your monies are not ready, and they understand. They go, but nobody is making any noise because they know what we have done. So it is
not a case that there was no food the time the school children were hungry. It is because they were not given the food.
In the past.
Yes, in the past.
In the past, I think so. And then
currently, how do you get your... So you've said that the money goes through Get Fund to Education Ministry to you.
Yeah.
These delays could cause problems for you. You're saying that everything has been seamless and...
So far, Get Fund administrator is a wonderful person. He's been helpful. He understands. Everybody understands that we are doing a reset. There's no reason why we should come and repeat the sins of the past. You understand? The minister understands. They all know how important for us to keep this free SHS thing going. If after taking over power from the previous government, you come and there are problems all over. Already, the NPP said we're coming to cancel a free SHS. Yes. So we don't want anything to touch free SHS for people to stand somewhere and say, so we are doing everything.
Do you also supply food to the prisons? I'm just curious.
Yeah, on paper, yes, but so far we haven't done.
Okay. We haven't. What, you don't have capacity to do, or you have not been asked?
We haven't been asked.
But if they ask you, can you supply?
We can supply. It's just a question of licensing. If you know where the source of payment is going to come from, we just license people. There are about 2,000 of them.
You sound very confident, like there's not going to be... There
won't be any problem. There won't be any problem. I'm very sure about that.
I like your confidence level. Your warehouses, are they safe?
Yes.
If it rains and there's flood, your food will not go
It's been raining. Last year didn't it rain? Did you hear of any flooding of our food?
It means that your warehouses are properly elevated?
Those that we selected, that we are using, everything is top notch.
When should we expect you to finish the 80 outstanding warehouses that the previous government left for you?
Now I have to talk to our stakeholders, local funds, a World Food Program. They have come to our aid. They told me they are going to give us some dollars to continue with the school, the strategic food reserve. They've taken over some of the warehouses. They are modernizing them, attaching laboratories to them for us. In the north, I mentioned ECOWAS. ECOWAS too, they have also taken over some warehouses that they are refurbishing for us, expanding, making it more modern. They are also going to attach laboratories, etc., for us to monitor the food and make sure it's wholesome.
Would you want this government to continue with the one district, one warehouse agenda?
Absolutely.
It's necessary we need the warehouses?
Absolutely. I'm in talks with the minister. We'll see where we get funding for us to complete them because it's necessary.
Do we not have private warehouses that we can rely on?
No, they are private warehouses. So that's what management, we have decided that in the interim, I think we can enter into some form of partnership with private people. Yeah. So I've asked for a few proposals for people to bring those that think they are capable for us to.
You've done 1 year. If everything works and Muhammad doesn't fire you, you stay to 2028, 2029.
And beyond.
I like your.
No, because we are doing a good work. Yes, we are doing. I have a solid management team, wonderful people.
Okay.
They are helping me.
That was just a premise. Now my question is, what measures are you putting in place to ensure that buffer stock, as they say in Tree, takes its into Mapa and Fra?
First of all, if you go behind our building right now, you see some brand new pickups, 16 of them for each of the regional managers, so that they can be mobile and then move about to go to the hot.
You bought them yourselves?
We bought them internal. And for we don't depend on controller. We pay ourselves from internally generated funds.
Oh, okay. Yes. 16 pickups.
And these pickups we paid for them.
Okay. What else are you doing?
And then the refurbishment of the warehouses.
Okay.
Now I want to add silos. I want to build our own mills. You know, most of the people have not that complain. But first of all, you have rice, you are not buying, you go there, it's paddy rice. Who eats paddy rice?
So you mill it,
you have to mill it. Now we are depending on private people and want to go, at least we are starting with about four mills this year in our budget, if it's approved by the board this month. Then we'll go ahead, get our own mills so that we can buy paddy rice mill and put into our warehouses. Those are some of the legacies that I want to leave. In the regional office, I want to make sure that before I leave here, all the regions have proper NAFCO offices where farmers who have problems with their produce can just march in and then see what the manager can do. If it's beyond him, he will just escalate it to
Have you done an annual general meeting yet?
No. For so many years, this has not been done, but this year we will do it.
What do you mean by so many? By a company, it's a company.
8 years, 8 years, let's say 8 years. When I say so many, 8 years. Yes. No AGM. That's never been done.
The Company Act doesn't agree to that.
Yes, but so...
There was no annual general meeting?
Yes, when I was at PMMC, I made sure we did it. So if I'm here...
Are you sure for 8 years? Maybe the minutes are missing, you can't find them. But there could have been AGM.
No, it wasn't. There are people here, there are people who have institutions.
There's not been AGM.
And you may interest you to know some of the heads that came to me, they are still in place. I haven't changed them.
Oh, you didn't sack them?
No.
Oh, interesting. They are very father for all. You like
yes, because I can work with anybody, me, even the devil, anybody. I can. I trust.
I like you.
Him. I can work with anybody.
I like you.
I went to PMMC. I was there for I never sacked anybody. I worked with all them.
So you do AGM?
Nobody sabotaged me.
So you do AGM this year?
Yeah, we'll do it.
When?
You know,
for the first
time. I'm striking my chest to tell you that this is the first time we are doing it. I want to do it. Because we've made profit. Oh, why not?
Invite us, we'll come and watch. Even though we won't have voting rights, but we'll come.
Yeah, you will come. We made profit this year. I came to meet a loss-making company. This year, within 1 year, we've made profit.
How much?
68 million after tax. 68 million Ghana cedis after tax.
Wow.
The external auditors are in there.
I should go and ask them. Mr. George Abradu-Otoo, thank you so much for joining us on
Thank you for having me.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
I like you. Please don't land in any trouble.
No, I promise you.
If you land in trouble,
it will be I will disappoint you.
Iyoko won't come there.
Yes, I would have even disappointed the person who brought me here.
Thank you so much. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. This has been Face to Face on Channel 1 Television. We'll be back next week with more. Thank you for joining us.